Maria Dahir and Adam Hijazi are sorting through clothes and toys donated by the Arab American community in Dearborn, Michigan, for those fleeing the violence in Lebanon. Already angered at over more than 40,000 Palestinian deaths in Israel's year-long war in Gaza, they now have a new war to worry about and are turned off from voting in this historically democratic-leaning city.
America always with Israel. They support Israel all the time, all the time. If they're wrong or right, all the time they support Israel. So I don't want to vote. No.
Democrat Kamala Harris has indicated she would do more as president to relieve the suffering in Gaza and Lebanon, but has not suggested a break in the support for Israel she has followed as vice president in the Biden administration. Republican Donald Trump has largely backed Israel and implored Jewish Americans to back him. This despite a history of overwhelming support among Jews for Democrats. On Ukraine, the candidates are more clear-cut, with the Harris campaign claiming that Trump would give up on Kyiv.
He would surrender. He would have Ukraine surrender its fight against an aggressor, violating its sovereignty. If Donald Trump were president, Vladimir Putin will be sitting in Kyiv.
Trump rejects that. He met this fall with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky in New York and vowed a quick end to the conflict if elected.
I believe if I win, we're going to have a very fair and I think actually rather rapid deal. It should stop, and the president wants it to stop, and I'm sure President Putin wants it to stop, and that's a good combination. So we want to have a fair deal for everybody.
But in reality, even as Israel and Iran exchange missile fire and millions suffer in Sudan, these conflicts barely make campaign headlines in the US. Foreign policy, while on voters' minds, is not as important as domestic priorities such as the economy, abortion and immigration. There's also little discussion between the candidates on issues such as the future of NATO, the defence budget, or a future Middle East peace process. While foreign policy could make a difference when it comes to a few thousand votes in Michigan, when it comes to Gaza, or Ukraine when it comes to Pennsylvania, the vast majority of American voters do not put foreign policy that high on the agenda. And given the complex nature of US foreign policy, well, the candidates seem happy to keep focusing on the domestic. Nathan King, CGTN, Washington.